Hi, this is DK and welcome to today's video in which we are going to talk about email marketing tips. Today we'll be discussing single opt-in versus double opt-in and what to choose between the two of them. Before we get into anything else, let's first understand what is single opt-in and what is double opt-in. So what is a double opt-in? A double opt-in is where you need a subscriber to take two different actions before they can be added to an opt-in list. So normally how the flow works is that the subscriber opts in on your opt-in form to receive your freebie. Then they receive an email asking them to confirm their decision to opt in. It is normally an email with a long link, a very ugly link that asks them to click on that to confirm their decision to opt in. Once they click on the confirmation link, they get added to your list and they are taken to a download page from where they can download the freebie, or they are taken to a page where they are told how is it that they're going to receive the download link for their freebie. Now, in contrast to this, what is a single opt-in? Now, single opt-in doesn't require the subscriber to confirm their subscription. They are straight away added to your list after they enter their details in the opt-in form. So basically, how the flow works here is the subscriber opts in on your opt-in form to receive the freebie. Once they do that, they are either taken to a thank you page where they are told about how they'll be receiving their download, or they are taken to a download page from where they can straight away download their freebie. The subscriber receives the freebie and they are added to your list. So that's the difference between a single opt-in and a double opt-in. Now let's look at why do we want to go with double opt-in? What are the positives of double opt-in? Now you want to ensure that only subscribers who are really interested are the only ones that are joining your list. You don't want somebody who just is trying to opt in just because he sees an opt-in form and he wants to enter the email address there. He just does that and then doesn't take action after that. So you don't want people like that on your list because you are obviously paying a lot of money to your autoresponders. So you only want to ensure that subscribers are actually the ones who are really interested in what they're going to receive. You want to keep spam complaints to the minimum, because when a customer confirms that he wants to receive the freebie and that he wants to get added to the opt-in list, it means that he's giving his consent 2 times to get added to your list. So that way, the chances of spam complaints are the least. And you can ensure that the open rates are high, and so are the click-through rates. And this is primarily because somebody who's actually interested in joining your list, who's taken the pain to go and click that confirmation link and get added to your list, it means that they are actually interested in what you're going to give them. So the open rates are going to be extremely high, and the click-through rates will also be really good in a double opt-in. Now, what are the negatives of double opt-in? The negatives of double opt-in are primarily because customers, subscribers who are going to receive those emails, not a lot of them are going to open that email and click on the confirmation link. Now, if you look at your journey on how it happens when the opt-in form first pops onto your face, you enter your name and detail there, click on the submit link, and you're taken to a page where you're asked to confirm that you want to receive the opt-in. In most of the cases, what happens is you just forget it after that. You forget to go back to your email, check for that email, click on that confirmation link and confirm that you want to receive that freebie. You just continue with your browsing, and in due course what happens is that completely goes out of your mind. So not everybody will open their emails and click on the confirmation link, which will essentially mean that your conversions are going to be down by almost about 50 to 60%. So if there are about 10 people who enter their details into the opt-in form, eventually it will be only about 4 to 5 people who are going to click on that confirmation link and are going to get added to your list. And there is also a possibility that some good subscribers who are really interested in receiving your emails might also lose out if your emails land in their spam box and they fail to check their spam box. They might not receive the confirmation link, they will not click on the confirmation link, and what will happen is that those people will not get added to your list and they will not get the freebie. Whereas if in comparison, let's check out what are the positives of single opt-in. Now with single opt-in, the best thing is that you get a lot better conversions. So if there are 10 people who are entering their details into the opt-in form, it means that those 10 people are going to get added to your list. There is no filtering process, and that way your conversions are going to be good. the cost per acquisition is going to be very low. So for example, if you're driving traffic to your opt-in form, you're paying for the traffic. Let's assume that you're paying $30 to get about 100 people sent to your opt-in form. And if out of those 100 people, there are about 30 people who decide to enter their details into the opt-in form, it means that you're going to get 30 subscribers for the $30 that you spent. So the cost per acquisition is going to be $1 per subscriber. In contrast to that, if you look at the double opt-in, what will happen is of the 30 people who enter their details into the opt-in form, only 15 might go about clicking on that confirmation link. So which will mean that only 15 people will get added to your opt-in list. And that means that the cost per acquisition is going to be $2 per subscriber. So that way, with single opt-in, the cost per acquisition is going to be lower. And single opt-in helps you in much faster growth of your lists, because the number of people who get added to your opt-in list or your autoresponder lists is going to be much more than the in case of double opt-in. And that way your lists grow very fast. And it is less annoying for your subscribers. So if you look at it from a subscriber's point of view, he's entering the details into that opt-in form to download a freebie. And then he's told to go back to his email, click on the confirmation link, and only then he's going to get that freebie. It is going to be a little annoying. Whereas if somebody enters their details into an opt-in form and he's straight away told that the download is going to be there in his email, or he's taken to a download page from where he can download the freebie, it is going to be much lesser annoying for subscribers. Now, what are the negatives of single opt-in? The negatives of single opt-in are quite obvious. You might see very high spam complaints because a lot of people will just not recognize you, will forget who you are, and when they start to receive your emails, they'll call it as spam because they think that they never signed up to your list. You might also have some disinterested folks in your list, which might in turn result in very poor open rates, because people who are not interested in receiving anything from you might just not bother to open your emails. And there are a lot of people who might enter invalid or fake email addresses just because they can go ahead and download the freebie. And so your opt-in list is going to have a lot of fake email addresses as well. So because of all of that, you'll be carrying a lot of unnecessary baggage, and you're going to pay for your autoresponder fees based on the number of subscribers that are there in your autoresponder account. And if there are a lot of fake email addresses in your account, you might end up paying a lot of money to your autoresponders in terms of the autoresponder fees. So which one to choose and why? Is it single opt-in or is it double opt-in? Now, if conversion is your focus, then single opt-in is the way to go, because that is where you get a lot of conversions. For example, when you're buying solo ads or maybe running giveaways, it is recommended that you use a single opt-in, because you want everybody who's entering their details in that opt-in form to be added to your list. Once you have people on your list, you can go about filtering it whichever way you want. You can go about segmenting them, and that is the best way to go about doing it. But for opt-in forms on your blogs and websites, you can use a double opt-in, because you can ask your readers, that your readers are engaged with your content. They will take the time to go there and click on the confirmation link. So you can ask them to go and click that confirmation link. That way you can use a double opt-in for the forms on your blogs and websites. Though I personally prefer to use single opt-in in my blogs and websites as well. So I recommend single opt-in in all list building efforts, unless you think you're getting into a high volatile market where the spam rate could be very high. So how do you overcome the cons in single opt-in if single opt-in is the way to go? Now, for most part, you would have seen that the reason for the high spam complaints, the low open rates, and all of the negatives in single opt-in is the lack of engagement. You're not engaging with your subscribers, people don't recognize you, and that is where the entire problem is. Also, people might forget who you are and where they entered their email address to receive those emails from you. This is another reason why there is a higher spam complaint in single opt-in. Now, overcoming all of these negative aspects of single opt-in involves addressing these basic issues. Let's see how we do that. So there are some things that I recommend that you do if you're going with single opt-in. 1. In the download email that you're going to send to your subscribers, introduce yourself along with a photograph of yourself. A proper introduction about who you are, how is it that your email is going to help your subscribers, and what is it that they can expect from you. These are just some things that should be there in the download email. And also tell your subscribers how is it that they opted into your form. That way they'll be able to recollect where they entered their details, and they'll know that they had actually entered their details in order to receive the freebie and the download email. The welcome email again has to introduce yourself again with a photograph, and you need to provide value in the welcome email as well. And when you're showing your photograph in your download email and then again in your welcome email, your subscribers tend to keep your face in their mind and they'll not forget you. So that way your introduction with them is going to be very one-to-one, very engaging, and that way they'll not forget you. So the tip is to keep showing your face so that they don't forget you. I would also recommend that if you have a download page or a thank you page to which you're going to redirect your subscribers once they enter their details in the opt-in form, in that page also show your photograph and introduce yourself. That way they'll remember who you are. The next tip is to keep cleaning your emails regularly. What you can do is go into your autoresponder and check how many people have not clicked on your link or opened your emails in the last maybe 3 months or so. Filter out all of those email addresses, send them one last email to check if they are really interested in staying with you and in your list. If they don't, then just delete them from your autoresponder. You don't want to be carrying baggage in your autoresponder. You can send your downloads directly to the inbox of your subscriber. That way what happens is a lot of people who might be entering the fake email addresses or the spammers, they will not be able to get hold of your downloads or of the freebie, because they are not going to be taken to a download page from where they're going to they'll be able to download the freebie. So they'll still have to go and enter a valid email in the opt-in form to receive the download. That way you can reduce some spam as well. So what is the conclusion? Which one after all? Now you saw that every positive aspect of a double opt-in can also be introduced into a single opt-in as well. So doing that plus all the positives of single opt-in makes single opt-in the best option to go with. Hence, I strictly recommend using single opt-in in your list settings. So let's see how to go about setting a single opt-in in AWeber. We recommend AWeber. AWeber is one of the best autoresponders out there. We recommend AWeber, and that's why we are showing you how to set single opt-in in AWeber. In AWeber, you can go to list options and there will be list settings under that menu. You click on list settings. You're going to be taken to a page where you'll see something like confirmed opt-in. Click on that. And once you're on the page, you can scroll down and see require opt-in. There you will see two options: send a confirmed opt-in email for web forms and send a confirmed opt-in email for imports. Just switch them off, and that is all that is there to setting single opt-in in AWeber. We recommend AWeber. Our favorite email responder is AWeber. It is simple to use, cost effective, has a friendly support team, and there are a lot of features that can help you in segmenting your email addresses and filtering your subscribers. You can get a free trial today. Just click on the link that is there in the description box below, or you can visit the below link. The link is http://dkspeaks.com/get/AWeber. So that link is dkspeaks.com/get/AWeber. Go ahead, get your free trial today. AWeber is an amazing autoresponder. Go ahead, get your account today. Free trial for a full month so that you can evaluate their services. Go ahead and click the link that is there in the description box below. So until the next video, this is DK signing off. You all have a nice day ahead.